Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. Dump it there, and we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, it could very well end up parked in the middle of the cattle shed in another week's time, but we'll worry about that as and when it happens. I didn't mean to do that. We'll worry about that as and when it happens. I should really pay more attention to where I'm going. So, that's moved out of the way. I've got nothing else in there. I can't sell the cattle pen yet because I'm still waiting on the slurry to be done. So, he's busy working in there. This one can now go up in here like this and park up. Right, he's fine. Yeah, slurry is still being taken from there, so we can't sell that yet. The grain silo, we may end up having to move that one. We may end up having to sell and move. But the pig pen, we can move the pig pen. So go to animal pens in here. I've got a large pig pen. Large pig enclosure there. I've already got one. That is $250,000. The new large pig pen over here, which takes 450 pigs instead of... What does the one take? Instead of 300. So an extra 150 pigs, which is quite cool. Is it the same size? That's the only question. Is it the same? I don't know if it's the same size or not. One thing I want to do before I sell that one is I kind of wanted to compare it to the other one. So let's go up and have a look at you up here. How much have you got left? You're going to need one more load before you're able to finish this field. Just one more. Not very much, but we are going to want to wait for that one to do one more load. So I'm going to just let that one run a minute. We finished. There. Half a strip left to go in the field. So it's going to run back now. I'll let it fill up. Then we can sell the cattle pen, which will give us enough money to at least see where the new pig pen has got to go. We'll buy the pig pen as well. But yeah, slightly frustrating that that's where it finished. We're going to lose slurry now, but I don't think that really matters, to be honest, because we're going to get a lot more slurry, and there's going to be more slurry than we're going to be able to use across the entire farm anyway, so that's not really much of a problem. Loading 25,000 litres, there it goes. So I'm just going to skip out here a minute. That one's going to go racing off around there. These fences, these are here to stay, so whatever happens, we've got to work within these fences. So let that one go there. And then what I'm thinking is that silo up there will stay there for a minute. That one over there will probably want to move or get rid of completely because that's a smaller one. So let's go and have a look in here. We'll go into the garage. We want to go to the owned items like this. Ignore all of the machinery. We want the bits and pieces. Right. That large silo extension area is 100,000. That silo extension placeable is $250,000. So that is the one there that I want to get rid of. So if I sell that one for 43,000, we've still got, I believe, enough space to store everything. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. 170 out of 440. So long as we've got nothing over 340,000 litres, we don't. So we're absolutely fine for that. We got no problems with that at all. I want to go back to there, to the garage. Large silo extension. Sell. Oh, look, it's got 0. I guess that's because it's not... Oh. Why is the large chicken coop saying 0 on it? I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway, sell that this silo is not empty. The following grain types will be sold... Nil 65 100. Oh. Press escape on that. We're not selling that one because apparently it's got grain in it and it doesn't like the idea of selling it. I got that one there. That one has got some... I see, because we put that one down first. It's taking... Right, well, we're going to have to just leave that one where it is then. And there's nothing else that we can do about it. So what we will do is we go over to the cattle pasture. That's the one that I want to sell first. So let's get rid of that one. Yes, 150,000. That has gone. Look at that. Vamooshed has disappeared. The silos will have to stay where they are. The tractor has reached his trigger point. Now I want to go into here, and I want to go to animal pens, and I want to buy the pig pen, which is 210,000. So there's that one. And that one is going to go... Right, that's altogether different. That looks different. I'm going to bring it round this way. Oh, it's not that much different. Actually, that is looking almost identical, except for the bit out the side. So that one will go pretty much the same spot. It's just that there's some feeder bits out the side on there that are different to the existing pig pen. That's all right, actually. I'm quite okay with that. Cow pen, their large pig enclosure. That's the one that we want to sell. Sell that bad boy there for 125,000. Okay. And then go back this... no, I want to go into you. Animal pens. All the way up through here. Sheep, pigs mod. That one. I got another large cattle pasture there. That takes 200. That's 340,000. And then there's a water pump over there. Ah. Right, pigs mod. Take that one. Rotate it round. And that will go right there. Is that the exact spot that we want to do it? Or do we want to move it over like a tiny little fraction? Because we can. We've got the ability to move it round a little bit. Let's try and get it as close to where it was before as possible, which I think is there. I need to look round this side as well. So that would have been kind of like that, I think. It definitely wouldn't have been back like that. Is that too much over? I think that's a bit too far over. Problem is when you turn it round, it's like you can't get it to just stop spinning. So bring that to there. I think that's it there. Over this way, it's too far over. I don't want to take it back too far the other way. Anything, I go there a little bit, but then that's too much this way. Commit. It's completely different pattern down on the ground now. Anyway, so it doesn't matter a huge amount. That there, I mean, yeah, that doesn't really matter. So because we've got some extra bits on here that we weren't expecting, we're going to do a little bit more landscaping. So, like, some of that I wasn't expecting to be out there. Plus, it's also now put grass all the way around the track anyway. So we're going to concrete that out. Concrete in the yard in here. My yard is got, like, dirt all over it. Oh, I see why. It's because my yard is actually a mixture of concrete and gravel all the way through. Whereas the yard that I've made over here is a lot cleaner. Doesn't have that mixture of gravel and concrete right the way across it. Not that that really matters. So I want to change to... So it's that there that we're sort of getting some of that randomly placed through the main yard. And then... we've got this clean gravel over here for the rest of it. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to change that to that shape. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put these concrete slabs all the way around where the pig pen is. I'm going to take that right up to the edge of where it's gone on the pig pen. Like that. And I'm going to do it within the pig pen as well, to a certain extent. Because this concrete here, I don't like how that concrete is. It's works over in the cattle pen, but I don't think it works here. I'd like this to all be these, like, concrete slabs for this bit. I think it's, overall, it gives a better appearance. So I put that in like that. Concrete slabs right under the fence. Over to there. And I think that's all right. You don't want to put concrete slabs right in there. Don't need to do that. That can stay sort of a bit muddier and a bit rougher looking. And then out this way, we're going to have to do the same down here. Make it look a bit cleaner. Like that. And then run that back up this way. No, I'm not going to go in any tighter than that to the edge of it there. This does need doing all the way down here. I got to clean up the yard in there. We're going to smooth that bit there in the yard. I don't like how that is now. I'm not happy with that. That definitely needs a bit of smoothing off in this bit around here. I'll deal with that in a minute, though. I want to keep working on this. That one to there. Do I need to do any more than that? I don't think I do, actually. I think just bringing it down that far will be enough. In here, we will concrete that back a bit further, like that. Over to there, and then do the corners. So you've got, like, you can see where the edges of those concrete slabs go in. That looks really cool, actually. Getting the edges of those slabs in like that. I'll put one there, so that puts in the edge of that slab as well. I like that. And I'll go in a little bit more on here. This bit here is going to be concrete slabs inside of this one. So it's going to be concrete slabs out the edge of it as well. So that's going to go down there like that. Right the way through this one. And then concrete slabs out to the edge. So they're just coming out around the back of it and around the side of it to keep that neat and clean. Like that. And down this side, right, we'll concrete all of this out now, but I'm going to use different concrete for that. Because you won't, it would be unusual to build all of a farm all in one go. So that there is going to be concrete slabs there. And I will also do a line of them up through here like this. And we'll get to there. So I've got a line of concrete slabs that goes round and then to the workman's entrance into that bit over there. Then we're going to change this over. And I'll make that a bit smaller a second. And then ground type, I want to change that. That's stone, mud. That's the gravel, isn't it? And that's white concrete. And then, well, that's actual gravel there. So I want that. It's not sort of this like sand concrete. So that's going to go there, sort of making that bit, which is going to also come down here and just push that bit out a little bit like that. And that'll come out there. Oops. I need to keep using the keys to bring this around. And that one will go over there. Okay, so let's make that a bit bigger. And then I am going to bring this type of concrete in here. And this is the bit here that we're going to do down this side. So you've got some different ages of concrete that we've gone and poured, that we've gone and worked with. We've put different ages of it as we've gone through. So that bit there, whether to put the I want to put the white concrete on there. So I'll do that from the other side in a minute. That one will go up to that line like that, and that will go there. Yeah, I just want to make sure I've gotten rid of any traces of grass under here, because all of this is going to be concreted out. I don't think we should have any of this left as not concrete. I think it'll end up looking awful if we don't. So we want a neat, tidy yard in here, all the way through. Because a lot of farmers will spend quite a bit of money on concreting out a yard so that you don't have mud everywhere, right? It is worth it. For long term, it's worth it because of how much of a difference it makes for maintaining and looking after the property and even just the yard itself, right? It really does make a big difference. So that's the older concrete there. Then I'm going to change this over to tab that one into the white concrete. So that was one end. I will go to there for the white concrete. And we'll bring that out there. So that's the new layer of concrete that we put in for the cows. Because technically, the cows is supposed to be the newest pen. We've just replaced the pig pen. We've just done it slightly different. But that right there, I think is looking pretty good. Let's go back into that landscaping mode a minute. There, so we can get a bird's eye view. I think that is looking pretty good. We are now set for buying in a few pigs and doing some stuff. And we got more work to do over this... Wait a minute. Oh, it does still have the fence. I thought for a minute the fence wasn't there. So we've also got a bit of work to do over here. This one, I'm going to change that over, and I'm going to go with this. And I'm simply going to put down these squares like this. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger still. Like that. And I can just paint that in like that. It's got rid of the little bit of... what I call it was in there. There was a little tiny bit of manure that was lying there. Unimportant as far as I'm concerned. That didn't really matter at all. So if I just go over there like that and we just quickly get rid of all of this grass and get rid of all traces of it, and we've then got a blank drawing board that we can start working our way through to making some extra bits. So that one's got to go there. There's a little tiny patch there that I can get rid of. Patch there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I know that we've got like the mud bits. Actually, I'm going to just paint that over a little bit. I know it's costing me some money to do that, but I think it's worth it. There. So I've now got an open area here that we'll be able to use replaceables like we did with the sheep over there. We've got the horse pen still there. And we've got a replacement pig pen, which is not taking up any extra room. We've got the new cattle pen over this side. And then once we've extended the cattle, expanded on the numbers of cattle, we will then build the second cattle pen up over there. The second pig pen, when we do eventually need a second pig pen, will probably end up over here in this section of the field. That's what I'm thinking. Something along those lines. That one there... I thought that silo might be in the wrong place, but it might not be, actually. We could probably put like a couple more over this side, and that will end up being all right. We will see about. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll have to make our minds up at a later date. But anyway, I think that's looking pretty good. So next we want to get... I think we want to set up the mixed feeder would be the next bit. We'll go and get that tractor a minute from that field. Right. Let's get this bad boy back to the farm. I will just get rid of the courses a minute. We'll take this one on back, and... I mean, at the moment this one's leased, and I'm actually thinking that maybe we should unlease it. We don't have the slurry to go and do another field. Now, we've got the other field back over there. We'll have to set up a new course if we're going to actually do the field anyway. Or certainly a new loading course, and... we're not going to have any slurry there, are we? Not just from the really, really short amount of time the cows have been there. So it sort of feels a bit like a waste of slurry. I got almost a full trailer load of slurry here. And I kind of want to do something with it. But I mean, it's not like that serious an issue, is it? Let's have a look in here. At the moment, we don't have any food, so we do want to get food in here. I've got 5,000 litres of slurry, so I've got no slurry in here. I guess what we could do is start working on this field in here and just have it go around the outside edges of the field until such time as it does use up the slurry, and then we can worry about other things later on. Because, I mean, if we look in here and we go with the soil composition over here, we've got nothing. There is nothing on there at the moment. We need to put lime on that field and that field, those two new ones. We're not going to need lime on field 4. That one doesn't need lime. It was a little tiny bit there, but I'm not going to worry about it. And these are grass fields, so we're not going to bother with lime on those either. So it's only going to be 2 fields that want lime. Don't need to worry about any lime on the rest of them. If I get rid of that, I've got the better part of 2 coats on there, but that's because of where we did the mowing. At least that's what I'm assuming. That's to do with where the mowing was and where we've where we've cultivated and spread slurry and stuff. So that's why that one's slightly uneven. This is perfectly even all the way through, so that one's all good. Right. Let's forget about that. So I want to go on here, and I want to go... Now, of course, the problem is... Right, this is field 4. I always forget which field I'm in. This is the problem. So we want to go to... We've already calculated the edge path with the ploughing, because I didn't do anything extra. I didn't create field or anything like that. So all I got to do is go to course generation here and go to field 4 like that, and then we'll put a headland on. We will do 4 passes on the headland on this one. We've got our working width right there. I'm going to knock that down by 1/5 of a meter like that, and I will also... No, I won't do the skip rows. I won't do that this time. I'll leave that like it is. Headland corners, smooth, round turn radius, or turn. I'll just go with turn like that. And generate field course. Let's see what it does. There we go. We've got a nice field course all laid out there. Hopefully, that will work absolutely beautifully. So I'm not going to save this one. I'm just going to let this one run. So if I back you up a bit like this, I'm going to go there a second. I'm just going to do that. Right, that's fine. So long as I know roughly where it is. Then I'm going to take you over here. We're going to start course at the first waypoint there. And I'm going to drive course. Will he unfold? Yes, he will unfold. See, this particular driver seems to have a modicum of intelligence about him. Whereas the driver for the combine was sadly lacking in the intelligence department. And so was the one that was doing the grain carting. However, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't really have any bearing on this particular instance. So we may get a couple times around the outside edge of the field, but we're not really going to do a lot more than that unless I start fast-forwarding time a little bit. And this is what I was thinking of doing, is if I jump things along a bit, although I can't really do that, the problem with jumping things along a bit is that we will use up the food that we've got in for the cows. And yes, we have got a bit of food in there, but we don't have very much, and I don't want to get any more just yet because I want to get the next bits going. I'm going to jump up onto the roof over here. So we can't move that one. We've already established that we cannot move that one. That one is not going to come out of the way, because if we try to sell it, it tells us that we've got grain stored in there, which means that that one is kind of stuck. We're stuck with that one. We're not going to be able to do anything with it. So the first one that I want is the cow feed mixer. And I'm thinking the fermenting silo would be a pretty good one. 195,000. I have 187. So I thought the fermenting silo would be a pretty good one to have as well. We could put that one in there. We've already got the hay dryer, so we get loose hay going in. We have that one, so we'll have that loose going in. We're not getting the mixer just yet. So we've either got to get loan, which I don't think we've got any loan available, although we might do, because there's no restrictions on this series about us having more loan. There is the farm silo here, which stores 500,000 of everything, and then you've got that farm silo there, which does the same, and that also stores everything. This one stores a little bit less than everything. This one has got extra. I don't know what those... That's wood chips, I think. No. Which is wood chips? Is that wood chips? I think that might be silage. That's got to be wood chips there. And then you've got... well, that's snow. What's that? Oh, that's lime, that one is. That's lime. Then you've got pig food there. You've got seeds, fertilizer, and then a few other symbols as well. Not quite sure what those two are, unless that's to do with the TMR mixed ration sort of thing. Don't think so, though. Anyway, so you got the multi-fruits placeable for 120,000. You got that one there for 200,000. I can afford that one. I can't afford that one, although I like the look of this one. This one here may be a little bit better. Plus, you've also got the extensions on it. Is that one the multi-fruits extension? That adds another 250,000 to it. So you got 500,000. And this one would primarily, I'd be wanting this for the storing of straw, so that I can run in and place the straw in there. And then, you know, I'm actually thinking it would be better if it was placed around that way round, it would be easier to go and load the stuff up. That, I think, would be the case. However, what I'm also thinking is, if it was turned round again, if we bout-faced it again, we could have the loading point on the other side, so it's not even in the yard, and then the unloading point, unloading from the silos, I mean, not unloading from it. I gotta make sure I got room for the BGA things, and I was the mixed feeder thing, and I was thinking of putting those down that side. So this one, we're sort of wanting it. Actually, I'll tell you what. If it was to go there, like right in there like that, if we were to rotate it round a little bit and put it somewhere like that. Now, if I do need to bring me round a bit as well, so I can make sure that that's in close. Right, that's fine there. I'll bring it back like that. There we go. Right. If that one's sort of coming in there, it's going up a little bit high up there. It's going in too close to the trees as well. But if that one was like that, I would have room to drive in there, unload things, get round it as well. There would still be room to maneuver around that. If I was to also lower it down a bit like that, that would push the concrete level down maybe. I don't know if it's going to push the concrete level down or not, to be honest. But having that down like that, that, I think, would work fairly well. We could put that in there. There's enough room to get round things. I could actually bring that in closer. I have worked on farms where they have had the silos up and touching each other, and the people that have come along and built the new one have turned the air blue whilst trying to build the new one because it's so close to the old one. But it is done. It's definitely something that's done. So if I was to drop that in there, the slight angle that I've put that on would definitely allow room for it to be moved. So we're going to do it. We're going to commit. I'm going to put that one in there. Right, I have committed. That is now placed. And you can see we've got a different texture of concrete in that in there. So let's come out of that one. I've now gone and spent all my money on the multi-fruits thing. I don't have any money left to go and buy the other bit, which is the mixed feeder. So the multi-fruits thing is fine. I'm happy with that. The only trouble is, I've got 2 silos now, so let's just... Well, first let's jump down and have a look. Let's have a little mosey round. It seems level underneath. You've got the unloading point right there. Big old spout on it. And come in round here. Slurry is almost empty on that tractor. We've got the point right here. So yeah, it's a little bit of a squeeze going in through there, but this is actually alright. It's not that much out of the way because I've got that bit there, which is what was already there, and you just come in round this way for an unloading course and unload into here, and then when we want to load things up, we can come out this side, and we've got a nice bit of room, and that's going to put the straw close to this one over here. The hay is over there. That's going to be the one that's furthest away. I'm actually seriously considering getting rid of the horses. Now that I've got another way of putting people's names into the series, I put your names in at the end of every single episode. Some of you may have already noticed. I don't need the horses in order to get people into the game. I mean, I'd still kind of like to, but I don't find them essential. So we could sell them and have that extra space. But I think we'll kind of try and work with the space that we've got at the moment and see if we can cope with how it's progressed right now. So I want to go here, and then I want to go to the loan, and we are now able to borrow more money, ladies and gentlemen. We got a $1.5 million loan. They're giving me more money. If they're going to give me more money, that's fine. How much can we get? We can get enough. Okay, that's good. I've easily got enough. I'm going to take that up to an extra $250,000, like that. Right, that is fan-schmastic, because that means that I can actually... Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.